Okay, so it's 35. So we had more people registered, but let's start anyhow. You all know that this is going to be recorded and it's going to be available after the FAB 16. And I would like to welcome all of you to this workshop, which name is Growing a Community of Practice for Educators, STEAMinOulu, 1 year later. So I have the pleasure this year to count with Paula Borne as a co-host of this workshop. She's, well, you can present yourself. I don't need to do the presentation myself. Paula, please.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Greetings from Oulu, Finland, and my name is Paula Vorne, and I work here as a project coordinator in the city of Oulu, and one of my main tasks is to coordinate the community of STEAMinOulu with my colleague Maikki, who's not able to join us today, but she's with us anyway. So it's really nice to meet you all and learn from you, and I hope that we can get good discussion later on.
And it's important because you're project coordinator, but you have been teacher for a long time, right?
Yes, I've been. This is my first August in 14 years that I'm not starting with students. So I'm a bit, I don't know, this is different.
Strange feeling, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Ivan Sanchez. Most of you know me already. I'm a Fab Lab instructor at Fab Lab Oulu in Finland. And I'm also a researcher at the Center for Ubiquitous Computing in University of Oulu. But I have been very close to education in Fab Lab for a long time. So today, what I would like to do, last year I was presenting for the first time this community. So I would like to give a short overview, a short summary of what we did in the last year workshop. Then Paula will go a little bit deeper in the STEAMinOulu community. She will explain how the community is working. We are going to discuss about the different training activities that we are currently running. And we would like also to discuss briefly which are going to be the next steps in the community. And then, of course, we will book some time for open discussions. So we will give you the chance to ask questions or show your experience also if you have some similar experience, how has been working and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, Paula has to leave at 11:30, so in 50 minutes, but if needed, I could stay for a little bit longer. So the main goal of this workshop is to present this STEAMinOulu. STEAMinOulu is a community, a network with different stakeholders nowadays, and which aims to bring STEAM education to all schools or most of the schools in Oulu area. We have a website, STEAMinOulu.fi. Perhaps Paula is commenting later a little bit more on the structure and so on, so I'm not going in detail. And for all of you who doesn't know where Oulu is, we are around 200, 300 kilometers from the polar circle. So you see this blue dot there. This is Oulu, so we are 700 kilometers away from Helsinki, somewhere here. And Oulu is a municipality that has been extended for a big area. So you see there are different, I don't know how to call them now, but they are part of, they are a small village, small municipalities, but they belong to Oulu. I don't know the exact name in Finnish, but for example, from Oulu to Ili, that is the place where we have the father school right now, is around 60, 70 kilometers, right, Paula? So So you can have an estimation on the size. So we are in Oulu around 200,000 people. And well, City of Oulu has been designed as capital of culture for 2026. So you are warmly welcome to visit us in 2026. I'm sure that the city is going to organize a lot of different cultural events, but of course, we are in FabLab Oulu. You are welcome to come there, and you can, if you're interested more in knowing how this community is evolving in 2026, you can come and you can ask us, and we can present you the different the different schools and the status of this community. So this is the a screenshot of my presentation of last year. It was the 31st of July. And during last year, I introduced this STEAMinOulu community, but I mainly focus in the how we organize the first training for teachers in the FabLab Oulu. So how we were structuring the different workshops that we organized for the teacher who were participating and this kind of stuff. So it was the main focus was our work, the work that FabLab Oulu made in order to organize the first training for teachers. Actually, later, this talk became a paper, and you can access it for free. You can download it from that link. If someone is interested, I can add the link later to the chat. And in there, you can read, well, basically how we started this community, and which were the steps, which were the challenges, and more important, the structure of the different teaching. You have there all information on the different topics that we cover, that we gave to the teachers in the training, and so on and so forth. Actually, when we started the community, we started with 6 schools. Actually, you have here some of the pictures of the setting up of the different maker spaces in the schools. But nowadays, well, this is how the community is growing, how the different schools around Oulu are integrating in this community. Actually, I think this map is not updated, because if I remember correctly, the last number is around 30 schools participating in the community. So here we have around 16, 17, but now we have around 30. So in less than 3 years, we grow from 6 schools to 30 schools. And the efforts of creating this community, although we have, of course, Paula from the beginning involved, and then other colleagues that they are not collaborating with us anymore, so Arto and Kati. And the first training was given in the FabLab. We managed, or the school managed, to move to a teacher-driven community. So now the FabLab is not anymore as important as it was in the beginning. So now we manage that the teachers themselves, the schools themselves, are driven the community. As Paula is going to explain later, all the organization of the community is done mainly by schools. So we are still, FabLab Oulu is still supporting teachers in some aspects of the training, but the whole, let's say, the development of the community has moved to the schools. Now perhaps it's time for Paula, who explains in a little bit more the perspective of the schools, the perspective of the teachers, how this community has been evolving in these 3 years, and which is the structure and so on and so forth. So Paula, do you want to share screen, or do you want me to?
We can go either way. I can share.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. So now you should see my slides. No?
No.
No. We'll try again.
Now it's there.
Yep, thank you. So hello, for those who weren't here when we started. It's good to see you all, and I'm happy to be telling you about our community that has really grown. As Ivan told you, that we started in 2018 from 6 schools, and today we have 30 schools, and we have also kindergartens, and we have also one of our 8 high schools are starting with us this autumn. So our community is growing all the way. And this is the structure that we have. We have the network of schools and schools and kindergartens, and we've been creating STEAM learning path from ages 4 to 19. So from the early ages, early childhood education until the end of high school, and we're still developing that work, but we are on our way. We have a really active teachers network. We have meetings, big meetings, maybe 2-3 times a year. But then, as Ivan said, the trainings that we are keeping for the teachers, they are held by the teachers to the teachers. So most of the trainings are held at schools in real life activities and real life situations. We have also been developing online trainings because of COVID, but we want the teachers to see different maker spaces, fab labs that the schools have and learn there. Then we also have a leaders network where kindergarten leaders and principals are meeting each other. They talk about leadership and how to lead the change at the schools. And then we've also been giving trainings for the principals so that they can see what they are leading, what is the change that they should lead. And that is something that we have to continue all the time because we get more schools involved all the time. We have collaboration in our city with many other areas or sectors. The library has been developing their own makerspace, Fab Lab. And then the art museum and our regional Northern Ostrobothnia museum, and then our science center, Tietoma, is also with us all the time. And we have what we called a loop route, where certain ages of students get to go to an STEAM experience to the art museum or to the science center, or we have this Stone Age village in Ylii, and then we have also a historical museum area on an island on the Oulu River, Turkansaari, and the second graders go there. And then we have also the ruins of Oulu Castle where the 4th graders go. And each of these visits include some areas of STEAM education also. And all the cultural services that we have in the city are involved. And as Ivan talked about the European Capital of Culture 2026, we are really looking forward to it because STEAM was a part of the application. So we know that it will be a part of this year also. So it's really important for the community. And then we have a wide range of collaboration with the University of Oulu. We are doing, of course, Fab Lab is one of our main collaborators, but then we also do with the Department of Education and the Department of Nature Sciences. I don't know, Ivan, do you know what is Lumakeskus in English? The Center of Nature and Math.
Yep. Yeah, it's supporting schools, basically. It's an organization that is supporting schools for teaching maths and science.
Yeah. So they are working with us also. And then we also have collaboration with the Oulu University of Applied Sciences, where, for example, works Blair, who is not with us today or this year. He's gone to his own home country, but he's been developing this kind of STEAM residency where a teacher and an artist collaborate with the teacher and artists from another country. So first STEAM residency was with Edinburgh, Scotland. And now we're starting another one with Aveiro, Portugal. And then we're also doing collaboration with the Vocational School of Oulu. We have many national networks, which Oppiva network is a community of about 30 municipalities in Finland, most of the big cities, and then some smaller municipalities. And we know that there is STEAM education in other cities, so we are happy to have collaboration with them. Innokas network, maybe some of you have heard of it, but it's a network of teachers and researchers that been studying programming and coding for many years and developing that, and they are keeping competitions for students in programming and coding. And then we have, since 2017, I've been coordinating the work of the tutor teachers in basic education in the city of Oulu, and they are there is tutor teachers all over Finland, and we have been doing a lot of collaboration with other cities tutor teachers to develop the work of tutor teachers, but also to get experiences from others that how they've been doing certain things. And then of course FabLab Finland is our partner also. And then international collaboration, it's been quite slow past years because of, you know what, the C word that nobody wants to hear anymore. But we have schools that have Erasmus programs with other schools from Europe. FabLab Nordic is our partner, and as I said, Aveiro, the city of Aveiro in Portugal and city of Scotland in Edinburgh. And then we are also doing collaboration with companies. So the schools have co-creation, co-development projects with different companies, and we've been doing them for many years already, and we've been learning a lot from them. But also the companies in our area are giving us materials that would be waste for them, but they are good for the schools, for the students to use. So this is the whole community, the whole of STEAMinOulu that we are coordinating together with Mike. As I told you, there's 30 basic education schools and 1 high school in the network. And at the moment we have 8 schools that are gone further in their STEAM education, and they work as mentor schools. So we have created 8 smaller mentor groups where the newcomers can get support for their work and how to start, and the principals can talk with each other and how did you do. And we've been trying to create the mentor group so that every school can find someone that is a bit similar for them. So if it's primary schools, so the primary schools are together, or if it is a comprehensive schools, we put them together. If it's secondary school, they are working together. And also we've asked for the primary schools to find kindergartens in their area where they can create learning paths in their area. And many schools already have a partner or many partners in kindergartens, and so we can start the work from 4 years old. And we also got, which is a new thing for us, we have a place like STEAM Learning Center for the early education for the kindergarteners. It's called Luontokoto, which is like, if you translate it, it's nature home, where the smaller students can go and learn learn about nature and about science and do different kind of researches. So it's a new thing and it's starting in August, so we don't have much to tell about it yet, but in a year we can tell you more about that. And I also as I told you earlier, we have a leaders network and the leaders are supporting each other and we are training the leaders and we are trying to give them resources on how to create or how to build the STEAM learning in their schools. And we also have the teachers network, and we've been able to keep weekly training. So once a week, there's somewhere in the big area of city of Oulu, there is a STEAM training on some of the subjects, and then we ask the teachers all the time, what kind of training would you like to have, and what kind of things are now the ones that you want to focus on. And we can also keep the training at the schools, but once a week there is STEAM training somewhere and everyone is free to join. And then we have big meetings 2 or 3 times a year maybe. But then we also have a really active WhatsApp group. Well, not too active so that it bothers, but it's a low, it's really easy to ask for help. We've had questions like somebody sends a picture of a 3D printer and ask, this is, or a video clip, and this is doing this, what should I do and why is it doing that? And maybe in 5 minutes or less, someone has given the directions how to do it, so how to go on with the printer or something. Or we've been sharing the information of where the schools are buying materials, what kind of materials are good for this kind of laser cutters or vinyl cutters or whatever. Let's see. I'm sorry that I don't have this in English, but on the right side, there is the STEAM learning path as we created with the 6 schools. So on top, it says coding and programming, research and innovation, digital fabrication, arts and crafts, building. So these are the 4 elements that we build our STEAM education on. And these 3 sectors in the middle, there is beginners. I don't know how to translate, but it's more advanced and really skilled. So we've asked the schools to write us the learning tasks that they have done at their schools, and they describe what subjects were in those, what were the main goals of the learning task, what kind of skills are the students learning while they're doing this, and how they evaluate the learning tasks. And then they also give us the information and that was it for the beginners of students, or was it for the medium, or for the really skilled. And then all of this is based on our national curriculum, which has these 7 transversal competencies. And we want the STEAM educators in our city to really get to know these competencies and how they can use them or create the learning tasks so that the students are also learning these really important competencies at the same time. So we don't have one model for STEAM. Every school can build their own STEAM. They have to think about what are their strengths, what is their approach on STEAM, how they want to look at it. We have a school that has art classes. So from 3rd grade up, the students are doing more arts at the school. So it was really comfortable for them to start with the design process, and now they have their own earring line which they are selling online, and one of these, that the ones that I'm sharing, are designed by the students and sold at their online store, which the parents are keeping the store. So that was really easy for them. Well, not easy, but this, the good way for them, because they had also already the arts at their schools. So now they can implement it in their previous work. They also have done some decorations which they are selling, and so the school can get money for trips to go different places. Or but then also what we are really emphasizing is that we have to involve the students all the way. We have to involve, and it's in our national curriculum, that the students must be involved in designing the learning, in how to evaluate the learning, how to learn new skills. We have to talk about the skills for them, but also learn the techniques, technologies. We have a lot of goals in a national curriculum which every student should get and which they should learn in our schools. And we have also created, and we are building the community of student agents, which means that in some of the schools already have a group of students that we are training to get to know the technologies, the apps that we are using, the design models, the design process. So that they can help the teachers and they can help other students to learn more. And these agents, they are not maybe they can be students that are not the most academic students, but they are the students that are really enthusiastic in learning by doing, and maybe they have their own bikes or mopeds or something that they've been fixing and building in their garages with their parents, and mostly boys who are not that keen to maths or reading and writing, but they are really into this. So by giving them responsibility as working as a student agent, they also have to keep up with the pace at this at the classroom. So they get the motivation to learning by getting to do something that they are really into. And then the students are also involved in designing the maker spaces or the Fab Lab areas in the schools. And we are really encouraging the schools to take brave but small enough steps so that the teachers don't get anxiety or afraid, but we are trying to motivate them to try and maybe fail and learn by failing also, so that everything doesn't have to be perfect at the first look. And we want them to learn together, teachers together, teachers and students together, and students together, so that the teachers get the feeling that they are on top, like they want to have the feeling Finnish teachers are really high educated, and they want to know that everything is going by how the curriculum is saying that, and they are really doing a good job in everything that they do. But something that we have to change in the way that the teachers are thinking is the sense of control, and in a way that they can also rely on the students that they are doing a good job, even though, for example, I've been using Minecraft with my students, and I don't know anything about Minecraft, and they were doing pranks at me, but even though they were doing pranks at me in Minecraft, in Minecraft world, I knew that they are doing a good job, and I really saw the results, but it was fun. Yeah, but we want the whole schools to be learning together, and we want the teachers to encourage the teachers to learn by themselves or together or with the students, and also give the students a chance to help the teachers to learn new skills. Yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you about STEAMinOulu, and we are organizing our first, hopefully, our first tool camp, which is a design competition for the students, which we have learned from FabLab Denmark, where we were on a visit a few years ago, and we want to organize our first tool camp this autumn in November or maybe December. We have to see how this goes. But there is more information on STEAMinOulu in our website, steaminoulu.fi, and then our Instagram. And there's also a Facebook group called STEAMoulu. This is not just about the things that the schools are doing. It's also FabLab is there, and all the other like what's the word? Like Lumakeskus that I was talking about, they are telling about the trainings that they have and giving information to the teachers. So thank you for listening, and now we have time for questions if you have, and I can check the chat. I can see that there are some messages.
Sorry, Paula, thank you very much. But before going to the questions, I would like, do you have any idea on how do you see this community in, let's say, 3 years time? So how are you planning to develop the community further? So what are going to be the next steps?
Yeah, I know that our leaders have high expectations for us, and we have about 46 basic education schools in our city. So we are lacking 16. So I feel that maybe in a year or two, we have all our schools involved in the STEAM education community. And I know that all the leaders in our city, they are really feeling and hearing the importance of STEAM education for our area. Ivan was talking about our cities, which is one of it's been known for technology for years. So when Nokia was a big thing, we had about 6,000 people working for Nokia telecommunications and also network. We still have a big network factory here, so it's a big employee for us, but it's been also a struggle since the Nokia phone company died here and Microsoft left, and we were feeling like everybody's leaving us. We have had a lot of startup companies, and there are a lot of game companies in Finland, in Oulu. Maybe you've heard some of the games that they've been creating. What's the name, Ivan, of the game? Where's the car? The hill climb racing.
Yeah, from
Hill
Finnish
climb racing. So if you've heard about it, it's been created here in our beautiful city. And so we need the students to be learning technology, about science, about nature sciences, to be able to keep them in our city, to have the skills that they need when they go further in their lives. So this is a really important thing for us, and the only way is up. I see that we are building and creating, and we want more schools to join, and we want kindergartens to join, and we want the university to be a bigger part of the learning that is happening at the schools also. So we have a lot to be thankful for this, about the work that we've been doing so far, but we have also a lot of things that we can look forward to.
Okay, thanks, Paula. What I'm going to do now is I would like to discuss just, let's say, no more than 5 minutes on the training that we are running at the University of Oulu related to this theme. And then we can start the discussion. And at the end, when Paula leaves, I would like to play a video that we have been, STEAMinOulu has shot, and you can see the relation between kids, the different activities kids have done, the relation between kids and teachers' opinion, and so on. But I would like to go first to the discussion so Paula can be here. And if some of the people that we are, when we present this community, some of the people is asking, which is the secret of the success? So taking out from what Paula has said, I would say that there are four important aspects. First one is teacher-driven. So the community is driven by the teachers. But the second one is the involvement of the leaders. We have tried to involve principals of schools from the beginning of the community. So they have even received training in STEAM and digital fabrication. Of course, it was shorter training. It was training aimed to the more focused to the teachers, to the principals' role in the community, that it was resourcing, taking decision on how they see STEAM in the future, this kind of stuff. So first one, teacher-driven. Second one is involvement of the leaders, involvement of the principals of schools. Third one is student involvement. I read here from Leo in the chat that it's interesting that students get the chance to design and build their own spaces. I think that this is also an important aspect, and it's also what Paula mentioned, that sometimes are the students who are helping the teachers. So in the end, remember, we want to build a community, and all the stakeholders should collaborate with each other. And then the fourth one that for me was a little bit somehow surprising was the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group has been working amazingly well. It's true that many of the feedback, when some of the teachers, they need help, they ask for help in the WhatsApp group, and as Paula said, in 5 minutes they have an answer, they have suggestion, and even 2 days later they have a teacher going to the school and helping them to set up, for example, the 3D printer or the laser cutter. So I think this instant communication that WhatsApp provides, it has been really, really important on the success of the community. If we go before to the discussion, if we go to the training that the University of Oulu is doing. So as Paula said, now the main training is organized by teachers. So they organize small workshops for training other teachers, but we are still at the university doing some work. First, due to the success of this community, the Faculty of Education has integrated the STEAM education as a minor. So all the students that are pre-service teachers, they can have this STEAM as a minor. Then we are still continuing whenever we can with these intensive courses organized by FabLab Oulu. Basically, the workshops, the course that I presented in last conference in FabX 2020 was one of these intensive courses that was the first courses that we organized for teachers in FabLab. And then this year, we have been organizing a hybrid course that in this case is offering 5 ECTS credit to all the participants. This is mainly targeted to in-service teachers. The name is Stimila Taitajaksi Latualaya Alaisen or Samisen. So it's like mastering STEAM quality transversal competence, something like that, Paula? Yeah, okay. And well, we have divided the course. I would like to discuss a little bit more about this course. We have divided the course in 2 ECTS. For those who are not from Europe, ECTS is a credit transfer system that they are using all universities in Europe. And basically 1 credit is the equivalent, more or less, of 27 hours. It depends a little bit on the country and the subject, but usually it's 27 hours of personal work of the student. So we have organized the course in such a way that 2 ECTS is online teaching using Moodle, and then 3 ECTS is either face-to-face or more practical online teaching, depending if the teacher is in Oulu, like we did in the last version of the course, or if the teacher is anywhere else in Finland. So we want to extend, this is important, we want to extend STEAM education to different other parts of Finland. So this course is part of this dissemination of STEAM culture. In this case, this course, we have staff from 4 different partners. First of all, we have topic is the extension school of our university. So they are in charge of organizing the online sessions, setting up the learning environment, coordinating the team, and so on and so forth. Then, as Paula said, we have also collaborating with this Lumakesku, that is one organization that is giving support to teachers in Finland. So they are part of this course, so they are contributing with content and teaching hours. We have FabLab Oulu, in which our focus is mainly on the digital fabrication part of STEAM. So what is maker culture, what is digital fabrication, and then also some practical tutorials on using the machines. And we have also some of the teachers that has been for a long time in this STEAM community participating. I have plenty of slides. I don't want to go through them because I prefer to move to the discussion. These are some of the content that we have in the online version. Activities, the material that we use is mainly for the online version is video material that has been recorded. Many of the material has been recorded in schools. So we want to emphasize a teacher's point of view. So many of the topics are interviews with the teachers, teachers presenting their own work, and so on and so forth. So we think that in the end, teachers need to train other teachers. So this is why we put a lot of emphasis is that the material that we provide is somehow involving teachers. Then in the activities, we have a lot of forum discussion, reflection, discussion with colleagues, and some ideation parts. For the face-to-face, it's more focused in the digital fabrication part and design process models. So we are mainly focusing in 3D modeling, 3D printed, 2D design, and cutting, both laser cutting and vinyl cutting, design process model, and project-based learning. And then all the teachers, in order to pass the course and get the credits, they need to do some kind of real activity, preferable with the kids. So they need to design or implement a STEAM activity for kids. It can be also, for example, prepare a set of activities to develop the STEAM mindset in their community, in their schools. For example, if there are not that many teachers that are aware of STEAM, how to disseminate STEAM, so they need to create an activity for that. Or they can just prepare an activity for the kids. We have also, in this final project, it has gone through several steps, but in all the steps we have coaching from colleagues. So there was some a colleague that was following the project in detail, and he was giving feedback to him or her, to the teacher that is part of the course, and then constantly they were doing, I think, 3-4 presentations to the course staff on the status of the project, and they received feedback from the course staff. And here we have some examples on Elena and Iris that they use Bbot. They somehow customize this robot in order to create, let's say, more useful robots. You can see there some of the ideas that the kid has, and some of them paper where they have their designs, and so on and so forth. So yes, these students, as Paula said, they were 8 years old. Yeah, they made an amazing job. So that's I don't want to go further. So if you want to know more, I can explain in more detail. But now I'm opening the stage to you. So if you have any question, any comment, any idea that you would like to remark, please go ahead. So do we have any question?
Hi, Ivan. I have a question. My name is Daniel. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to you and Paula for your presentation. But I just want to get like a bit of information on the sustainability model or the financial model for your project. Were you funded by the Finnish government, or how did you come about the capital that you used to start? And what sustainability model are you using? Are you charging the teachers? Because I came in a bit late, so I didn't get some of those information. Thank you.
I think, Paula, you can answer better this question than me.
Yeah, in the beginning, when we were starting with the 6 schools, we got a bit of funding from the Board of Education in Finland, but it has ended 1.5 years ago, maybe. So with that funding, we could get the training from FabLab for the first 2 groups of teachers and for the principals. But then later on, we've been using, the city has offered us some money to get the training, and then also the training that the teachers are keeping each other, it's been funded by the city, the municipality. So at the moment we got a new funding from the Board of Education for training the student agents. So that's something that's starting this August, and there's some funding for that.
Okay, we have another question in the chat. So do you use any particular online social platform to empower your community? I mean, something similar to Mighty Networks. Actually, Paula, you don't know Mighty Networks. It's the network that we are using in this conference. But I guess that we are using social network, but we are using the, let's say, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So yep. These are the main ones, right? We don't use anything else.
No.
And I think that the WhatsApp is the one that is working it's working better.
Yeah. Because teachers are using it anyway.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's funny to see because it's social network. It has a slightly different use. So WhatsApp is for immediate answer. Then Facebook is more advertising the work and the events that each school is organizing. Instagram is more presenting the work of kids and activities and so on, right? But we don't have, or the community doesn't have set any rules on how to use the different social network. The teachers, they use it as they think is better.
Yeah, and then all the learning tasks that the teachers have been doing, well, not all of them, but the ones that the teachers have shared with us are at our website.
Yeah.
So they can find it there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I'm Melvin. I'm with the FAB Foundation. I've been a consultant with them for a couple of years now. The first thing I want to do is really commend you guys for pushing the research agenda. The amount of work that your university has produced in the last couple of years is outstanding. I just have to say that out loud. I'm curious about the impact of the National Core Curriculum for Basic Education as the driver for your work. Because in the States, we're having almost the opposite effect. The Common Core Curriculum and digital fabrication just can't gel. There's a conflict. You guys seem to find a way to work through that conflict. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we are talking with the teachers that they have to find that we are not doing digital fabrication just for digital fabrication, but there has to be a meaning for it. So we have to find the meaning from the the curriculum, and from the transversal competencies or from the subjects, from the content that the subjects have. So we've seen amazing work on history, for example, Egypt or the Stone Age, with the students where they can use digital designing and fabrication at the end. But on their way there, they are doing a lot of research, they are doing a lot of knowledge building, and that is what our curriculum is all about. So we use the curriculum as a tool to find the ways. And then we are also combining, like doing these multidisciplinary tasks with the students. So we are combining subjects, for example, arts, music, crafts, with history or with nature sciences or whatever. So that is the way also to find the way for digital fabrication in this.
Yeah, if I can add something to what Paula said, I think that the curriculum emphasizes these transversal competence that you can see now in the screen. So these are part of the curriculum from 2014. And when we were reading at FabLab these ones, I mean, you go one, you go thinking and learning to learn, cultural competence, taking care of oneself, multiliteracy. Actually, we were checking that all of them, we were working daily in the FabLab when we received kids in school. So we realized, okay, this is amazing. The curriculum has been created without thinking on digital fabrication, but digital fabrication offers all the necessary tools to implement or for the kids to gain these competencies. So in that sense, we were lucky that the curriculum emphasized these skills that in the end are skills that could be provided through the STEAM and digital fabrication. And then another important aspect, as Paula emphasized, is this multidisciplinarity. So actually in the curriculum, there are the need of these multidisciplinary activities. So schools organize, for example, every year at least one, they call it like week, I don't know, multidisciplinary week, where teachers, they have to organize activities covering different disciplines, sorry. So, yep.
I hope we answered to your question.
No, you did. Thank you.
Thank you. So now I have to say bye-bye to you all. It has been real fun. And if you want to learn more about STEAMinOulu, please keep in contact. And we are, I think we can tell you a lot more in a year when there's the next FAB seminar or Congress.
Well, next year, Paula is going to be in Bhutan. So if we are lucky and we can travel, perhaps we can do the presentation there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, thank you very much, Paula.
I have to check. Yeah, thank you so much, Ivan, for asking and giving me the chance to tell you all about our community. And have a great night or day or evening or what is the time of day. Yeah. So I have to go to the next meeting now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So I can stay still for a few minutes. So I'm open still to questions, but in the meanwhile, while you come up with new questions, I would like to show you the video that I promised. It's 4 minutes video. Let me check if I find it. Sorry, 1 second. What do I have? It is in here. Okay. So now. I think that I need to activate something. Okay. Can you see the video?
Yeah.
Great. Sorry, I heard that you don't have audio. Let me check if I can solve that. I should have the option here, but I cannot see it now. Does anyone know or remember where the option to share the audio is?
When you share the screen, you should have on the left corner, left bottom corner, I think.
I cannot see it.
Now, if you check the above the green one and then view options, and then
Okay, advanced setting options. No. I cannot see it. I don't know if it's not allowed or. Share sound. Here it is. Okay, it's in a different place. Okay, sorry about that. Can you hear it now?
yes.
Me ollaan tehty, että miten saadaan herätettyä meidät. Semmoisia herätyskelloja ja, niin, ja asioita. Niin.
STEAMissä yhdistetään oppiaineita ja teknologiaa laajoiksi oppimiskokonaisuuksiksi, joita myös oppilaat ovat mukana suunnittelemassa. STEAM onkin oppilaslähtöistä, kokeilevaa ja yhteisöllistä oppimista. STEAMin avulla koulun toimintakulttuuria voidaan parantaa yhdessä tekemisen ja oppimisen näkökulmasta.
No STEAMissa mä oon oppinut tiimityötä.
Pelintekoa, sitten videoeditointia nytten.
Suunnitellaan ja niin, sitten 3D-printataan ja niin, tehdään tarroja ja rakennetaan robotteja ja sellaista.
Kun meillä on niitä värkkäämötunteja, niin sitten siinä opitaan niin kuin matikkaa ja fysiikkaa niin kuin tekemisen avulla.
Oulun kaupungissa STEAM sai lähtölaukauksen vuonna 2018 opetushallituksen rahoittamana hankkeena. Alussa mukana oli muutamia peruskouluja, mutta jo muutamassa vuodessa Oulun vajaasta 50 peruskoulusta on liittynyt mukaan jo huomattava osa. Lisää on koko ajan tulossa.
Nyt meillä on täällä Oulussa semmoinen nyt jo liki 30 koulun verkosto, joka ei voi puhua enää hankkeesta, vaan tämä on meille jo toimintakulttuurin muutosta ohjaava osa-alue.
STEAMinOulussa on mukana myös monia muita toimijoita.
Nyt me ollaan saatu ensimmäisiä päiväkoteja mukaan, niitäkin alkaa olla jo 10.
Oulun yliopiston kasvatustieteiden tiedekunta on aloittanut STEAM-sivuaineopinnot.
Ja sitten me tehdään erilaista yritysyhteistyötä, erilaisia hankkeita, projekteja.
Me tehtiin tämmönen räjähtävä raketti.
Oulun STEAMin opinpolku koostuu 4 osa-alueesta. Askartelu ja rakentelu, tutkiminen ja innovointi, koodaus ja ohjelmointi sekä digitaalinen valmistaminen. Oppilaille STEAM tarjoaa myös mahdollisuuden erilaisiin oppilasagenttitehtäviin.
Ährämäagentit on ährämissä semmoisia touhuavia oppilaita, jotka sitten tekee kaikenlaisia 3D-asioita ja sitten ne myös korjaili pyöriä.
On päästy pitämään erilaisia kerhoja nuoremmille ja me ollaan oltu osana sellaista televisio-ohjelmaa. Ollaan päästy robomestareihin osallistumaan.
Yksi STEAMin keskeisiä asioita on opettajien välinen yhteistyö ja verkostoituminen. STEAMin toteutus onnistuukin parhaiten, kun se on osa koulun opetussuunnitelmatyötä.
On lisännyt kyllä opettajien yhteistyötä.
Ja lisäksi tässä on hienoa se, että opettajat pääsee haastamaan itseään ja oppimaan itsekin niitä taitoja, mitä tulevaisuudessa ja tälläkin hetkellä jo tarvitaan.
Antaa loistavan mahdollisuuden oppiaineiden integrointiin ja tämmöiseen enemmän ilmiöpohjaisen oppimisen toteuttamiseen ja tukemiseen.
STEAMin toteuttaminen ei tarvitse mitään erillisiä tiloja, vaan sitä voidaan toteuttaa missä tahansa tiloissa ja minkä tahansa oppiaineen tunneilla.
Opetussuunnitelmaa ja STEAMin mukaista toimintaa pystyy toteuttamaan ihan kaikissa toimintaympäristöissä.
Vuosien myötä kouluille on noussut erillisiä makerspace-tiloja, jotka on suunniteltu, toteutettu ja nimetty yhdessä oppilaiden kanssa. Esimerkkeinä on värkkäämö, tuunaamo, ähräämö ja koklaamo. STEAMia toteutetaan Oulussa innostuneesti ja monipuolisesti yhdessä monien tahojen kanssa. Mistä STEAMissä pohjimmiltaan onkaan kysymys?
Toimintakulttuurista, oppimisesta, pedagogiasta, opettamisesta, ohjaamisesta, tulevaisuuden taitojen kerryttämisestä.
Okay, so I think that's all. I'm still open if you have any question. If not, I would like that we do this small activity. We are 11 people, so I would like that. Well, first of all, do we have any further question? Any
Quick
comment?
question:
Yep.
Where can we find the video?
I can provide the link. Let me check if I can add the link. Just one sec. It's in the chat now. Any other question? Comment? I mean, not only question, but also if you have any comment or similar experience that you have been running in your own community, would be great to hear about it. If not, I would appreciate if you, as a wrap up, I got a clear sense of the power of collaboration. Exactly. So I would like that you write these kind of final ideas, or what you would get from this workshop in this Mentimeter. So you can open this mentimeter.com and you add this code, and then you can write there the sentence, something that summarizes your the output of this workshop, or what do you get out of this workshop, and I would like to share with others. So. Actually, it looks like Perhaps the code is wrong. Sorry about that. I'm going to change the screen. And I'm going to share the other one. Sorry, not this one. So can you see now the menti.com and then the code, right?
Ivan, could you share the code again? I cannot.
Can you see it from the slide?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it
yes.
menti.com? Yeah, that. Yeah, that should be the code. Okay, we're starting to have some responses on inspiring ideas. Anything else? Okay, we have some more. Making learning what it was meant to be fun. I got a clear sense of the power of collaboration between all the stakeholders of STEAM community. Yeah, great information to do this in my Fab Lab. Yeah, I agree that I think, as I mentioned, the collaboration is very important and involving not only Fab Lab, because sometimes in Fab Labs we are a little bit, let's say, out of the network. So I think it's important to get the teachers, to get the principals, to get the kids also involved in the community. So it should be an effort from different partners. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I'm completely sure of that. Okay. So okay, we have more talented teachers to involve the students' ideas into development of the school STEAM community and great stakeholders to empower and create network of those schools. Exactly, but I would say that it's talented teachers. Most of the teachers are talented. The only thing is that they need this final help, or this twist. So they embrace this STEAM mindset and they start collaborating with the community. In that sense, I think that the initial work that we did at STEAMinOulu on the teacher training that we reported last year, it's very, very important. But after this, when the difficult part is to start running the engine, but when the engine is spinning, I think it's getting traction and is going easier. So the difficult part is always the starting part, but when you get involved, different teachers, the teachers show other teachers how they are working, what is working, what is not. I think that the community is start working on its own. So we have also in the chat, we need to make information tools and concepts more accessible to everyone interested in helping. Exactly. In that sense, the collaboration is important, and it's not only social networks, but also organizing activities. So these training activities, these voluntary training activities organized by schools is very important. So not everything can be done, or in my opinion, not everything can be done in the social network part, so in Facebook, Twitter, or WhatsApp, but you need to have some kind of face-to-face collaboration. In that sense, I think that the different events that we have organized and that the schools have been organizing are very important in order to build this community. Okay. So I guess that's all on my side. I would like to, although she is not here, I would like to thank Paula again, because I have to admit that I asked her to participate very late, so she managed to create the presentation and in very short time. And then thanks all of you for being there and for the discussion. I'm happy that this that you got some ideas out of the work that we are doing in Oulu. I have another question in the chat. Have you some links to share different projects? The only link that we have right now, this is something that we need to work a little bit more in detail, is this STEAMinOulu.fi. So in this website, you can find some of the projects that the schools has been doing. Unfortunately, all the instructions are in Finnish, but you can use Google Translator. Is working pretty well. Anyhow, this is something that I would like to work with in a little bit more. So I would like to integrate some of these activities into scopes. But we need the teachers also involved in using a different tool. So, but it's work in progress. Okay, thank you very much for being there. I would be happy to discuss later with you if you have any question, comment, or you would like to collaborate with us. I would be very happy to contact you and discuss you. You can contact me either in Fab Live or in my email address that you have in the chat, ivan.sanchez@oulu.fi. And if you want to make a specific question to Paula, you can send an email to me and I can forward it to her. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the conference. See you.
Thank you, Ivan. Bye.